video, we're going to explore how to use Parkinson's law to your advantage when it comes to productivity. And I swear, like this, it truly works like magic. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to talk about 3 strategies that are practical that you can use and apply to your personal life, to your work life, to any aspect of your life. So first, definitions. So essentially, the law states that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. And it was actually coined by Parkinson in a 1955 essay. And so, yeah, the law suggests that setting a deadline for a project will cause the work to expand to fit that deadline. And I think you can probably see that in your daily life. Like if you have a lot of time for something, it can take a really long time. And you may procrastinate. You may become a bit of a perfectionist in a maladaptive way where you're like redoing it or like really overthinking. And then sometimes if you're in a rush, you'll find that maybe you can finish the same task really quickly. And I think this applies not only to work and to school, but even to like household tasks, maybe even like just getting ready in the morning, putting your makeup on, whatever like that. If you're in a rush and you have a deadline, it's just going to go way faster. So let's talk about some practical strategies that you can apply. So first is set ambitious self-imposed deadlines. So maybe you want to be totally ready to go in the morning by 7 a.m. or something like that. Or maybe you've gotten your first task of the day from your boss, or maybe it's something that you have to do for your business, and you're going to tell yourself, okay, I'm giving myself an hour to complete this, not anymore. And I think what you'll find is that you actually are able to complete it within that time frame. Second of all is time boxing. This is sort of similar to these self-imposed deadlines. Deadlines could also refer though to like I'm going to finish this by Saturday or something like that. But the time boxing, it's almost a little bit more like scheduling and chunking within your schedule. Maybe you schedule a deep work block that is actually a little bit shorter than you would expect yourself to finish the task. And you should just try to see like, can I finish within this task, within this time block. And chances are if you make it even quite a bit shorter than you would typically expect yourself to take with that task, you might actually make it by the deadline. You'll probably become more resourceful. You'll probably become more creative in your approach. Lastly is fill your schedule. I think probably even as a kid, maybe you have experienced this. If you have a bunch of extracurriculars, if you have a bunch of sports, oftentimes varsity athletes will be much more resourceful with their time management because they have such an intensive schedule. And then somebody that has no other engagements or extracurriculars might like slack off and actually get much less done than those people that have a super full schedule. So I think filling your own schedule, whether that's with social engagements, with sports, with like beer leagues, with the gym, with meetings, like that can actually be incredibly productive, even though that might seem counterintuitive.